Hey everyone, so today I'm going to bring you this holiday glam look. I put some tape on my eyes to kind of give me a nice guide to get a nice sharp edge. I'm going to be using the Vice 3 palette from Urban Decay, and I'm taking the color Truth to kind of set the primer I put on. And I'm also taking the color Undone from the Vice 3 palette and putting it all over the crease. So I'm just going to keep blending out. That's going to be my transition shade. It's kind of like a cool toned light brown. I'm also going to be taking the color Downfall from that same palette as well, and that's just going to deepen the crease, and that's what I'm doing right now. It's kind of like a nice caramel colored brown. So it's like a mid-tone caramel brown, and I'm using that to put on the crease. I'm going in the Naked 2 palette, and I am taking the color Tease, and I'm using that to define the outer corner a bit. I'm also going to be bringing that into the crease. I'm going to create kind of a small, slight halo eye, so I will be darkening up the inside corner as well. You just want to keep building that color up until you get your desired effect. I'm going for kind of like a rose gold glam makeup look, and the Naked 2 palette is perfect, so I really only use the Naked 2 and the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. Now I'm taking the color Blackout from the Naked 2 palette, and it's just a deep dark black with a couple of silver specks in it, not a lot. You can barely tell, so I'm using that to deepen up the crease. Deepen up the outer corner, and I'm not going to bring that into the inner corner. I'm just going to blend that out with the same brush that I applied the color Tease with. You don't want any hard lines with this, especially with the black. You definitely want to make sure to take your time and really pack on the color, blend, pack on the color again, and then blend again. And again, I'm only taking this on the outer corner. I'm not going to bring that into the inner corner. Next, I'm taking some MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to be wetting the brush, and it's just like a flat synthetic brush, and I'm going to be taking the color Chopper from the Naked 2 palette, and this is a beautiful rosy gold color with some shimmer in it. It's a really nice color, very subtle but very glamorous as well. I know it's picking up kind of goldy on the camera, but it is like a nice rosy color, definitely a nice rose gold. And I'm just going to pack that onto the lid and kind of blend it in towards that black. I'm also going to be mixing in the color Alien and Sonic from the Vice 3 palette, and again my brush is still dampened. So with the color Chopper, Alien, and Sonic, it creates a nice deeper rosier color, so it's not just straight up like a rose gold. I'm going to be taking my Longwear Gel Liner by Bobbi Brown, and this is in the color Black Scotch. This was a limited edition color from one of their holiday collections, I believe from 2014, but it's just a black eyeliner with some gold specks in it. So I'm just going to use kind of like a thicker eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and smoke that out and use that tape that I use kind of as a guide as to where the line ends. It's not going to be an extremely long wing, but it is definitely going to be a wing. And I like using this brush because it kind of smokes it out a little bit. The favorite part, these are my MAC pigments, and I'm taking the MAC pigment in English Gilt, and I'm putting that on the inner corner. It's just like a nice bronzy champagne color. And then I'm taking my gold glitter pigment and using my finger to really just pat it onto the lid. I'm not using any glitter glue because I don't want a prominent like glitter lid or anything like that. So I'm just going to use my fingers. And I'm just taking some simple micellar water to kind of wipe off any mess that I made, any fallout and all that stuff, especially the glitter. I've already applied some mascara, so I'm using my Kiss Demi Wispies, and I'm just going to apply that with some eyeliner lash glue because I've really been loving that lash glue because it has like a little wand on it. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just going to apply lashes to both the eyes. I did have to trim them, but I really like these lashes because they're small on the inner corner, they're short on the inner corner, and then they flare out. So it gives you kind of an elongated eye look. And I'm taking my Instanbul primer from the Body Shop, and that's just going to go ahead and minimize my pores and mattify my skin a bit too. It is a silicone type based primer. And I'm taking my Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation in the shade number 2 Sand, and I'm using my Real Technique complexion sponge to kind of buff all of that in. This is a very thin foundation. It's kind of like a sheer to medium coverage. So I'm just taking a little bit and then just continuing to build it up. And I'm taking my MAC Select Cover Up Concealer. This stuff is amazing and it sets amazing. It lasts all day long, and I'm in the color NC20. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a flat brush and just apply that in my nose, the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, basically anywhere I want to highlight and conceal. And again, I'm taking that same sponge and I'm just going to go ahead and buff it all in. You want to make sure to really buff in that concealer because since it is a little bit thicker, it can crease up and just like bunch up in places you don't want it to. So I'm really pouncing with that sponge. I went a little OD with the pouncing, so I accidentally took off some of my foundation, so I went ahead and did that. And I'm going in under the lash line and lower lash line with the color Chopper from the Naked 2 palette. I'm just going to smooth that on the lower lash and apply some mascara. Now I'm taking my Bobbi Brown Golden Light Bronzer, and I'm using that actually to contour because it is a more cool tone brown, so it's not like a super orangey color. And also because I left my contour palette downstairs. As I mentioned in my previous video, most of my makeup is downstairs. And I don't want a harsh contour, so I just want something pretty like soft. And I'm taking my Bobbi Brown bronzer in Aruba, which is a nice golden bronzer with some gold specks in it, but it's not extremely glittery. And from my Makeup Revolution blush palette, I'm taking those two colors to kind of give me a natural flush look. And I'll be highlighting with my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector and Moonstone. I'm actually going to wet my brush with some MAC Fix Plus, and as you can see, it is really going to give that highlight an extra oomph, and it's going to make it like super glistening. Like, I'm telling you, if you do this, your highlight will literally be on point. And it actually makes it last longer too because the glycerin inside of the MAC Fix Plus. So that shit ain't going nowhere. For lips, I'm taking my Milani liquid lipstick. I'm not sure what color this is because it fell off, the sticker fell off. So I'm just taking that color. It's one of their nude shades. And then I'm also going to be going on top with my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Instanbul. And that is it for the tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.